basically, meron ba itong proper timing? Okay, so when to manage, okay, yung surgical intervention?
Yeah.
Kasi ba like, for example, sa mga cleft palate, cleft lip, you just don't operate on. Meron siyang proper timing. So basically, here, does it apply as well?
Yeah, so there is a proper timing, no? There, as I mentioned earlier, we see some kids who are in elementary who adapt, no? So not doing surgery for syndactyly is not life-threatening. So that's first. So you can treat it non-operatively, but the recommendation is to treat it operatively. Ipaghiwalay yung magkadikit na daliri. Yung timing is usually anywhere from 6 months to 2 years ideally, because if the web finger or yung magkadikit na finger is the outer side, yung small fifth finger and ring finger, small, ang nangyayari habang lumalaki si baby, dahil magkadikit sila, the ring finger becomes bent. So sometimes in order to avoid that, if it's what we call yung border, no, on the outer part or on either side, we like to separate them earlier. So anywhere from 6 months to 12 months or 18 months. Usually we also like to do the surgeries for the central ones, or kunyari walang bent finger, yung sabay naman sila nag-grow, anywhere before maybe the child is 2 years old or 3 years old.
Because if beyond that age, what happens?
Beyond that, the plasticity of the brain, no, with its coordination to the hand is usually at this time. It becomes set. However, if it happens beyond that time, and as I said, we see them in elementary age, sometimes the problem is they're used to this webbed finger already. And sometimes, if they're much older, they don't want to have it operated on. And of course, the psychological impact of having a surgery, sanay sila na magkadikit yung daliri nila, sanay sila, ganun sila magsulat. So we take this into consideration. So if the child is older, we really interview the child. We ask them, gusto ba nila magpa-opera? Siyempre, pag baby, ang tinatanong natin is the mom and dad, no? But when the child or the adult is adult na, nag-present with a syndactyly, the decision is left up to the patient, no, if they want or they don't.
Kasi sila yun katawan nila, doktora. But how about the surgery? Meron ba yung mga parang complications na pwedeng matakot ang pasyente na, paggawa nila ito?
Yes, oo. So, as we mentioned, sometimes it's 2 fingers lang na web, sometimes it's 3 fingers na web. Kung more than 2 fingers na web, we usually don't like to do yung magkadikit, adjacent. We call this adjacent finger. So, if it's the index, the long, and the ring, we'll probably divide first the ring and the long. And then at a later time, the index and the long finger. So siguro stage, ang tawag doon stage yung procedure. Kasi nga baka isa lang, baka fused rin yung vessel. So pwedeng ma-compromise po yung blood supply, no? One thing that's important also is when we separate this, when you have a webbed finger po, it's important to note that there's not enough skin pag sineperate mo. So normally when you do the surgery po, you have to, it involves what we call a skin grafting.
Where do you get the extra skin?
Oh, you can get po from, usually the most common is the abdominal or the inguinal area, or sometimes you can get from the inner arm, or sometimes you can get from the area on the sole of the foot. There are lots of places to get skin. And then we also, in this age, we close them primarily. Parang pag kumuha kami, isasarado rin namin para less yung scar.
Ang galing nyo, doktora. This looks, this sounds so interesting. Talagang very tedious kasi yung procedure.
It is a little tedious, but it is also a big impact to the child's life, no? When we have parents who come back and then nakikita namin magkahiwalay na po yung daliri nila, and they're very happy kasi sasabihin nila, ginagamit niya pag kumakain siya, mas malaki na yung paghawak ng bola. So nakakatulong po talaga sa impact ng buhay ng bata.
That's beyond the procedure itself. It's the functionality of the patient later on. That, yun yung naibibigay nyo sa kanila na tulong, di ba?